time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. This time, baby, I'll be bulletproof.
This song was like everything back then. Yo, we got some drilling from the construction downstairs, so we're ignoring it. If you hear it, you don't. Block it out of your memory, okay? I want to hear the time. If you have been engaged or are engaged or married, whatever, I want to hear your proposal story. I love watching proposal videos. I cry at every single one of them, and it's because I want that moment for myself. And I'm 30 and I thought I would have it already. It's gonna come. We got high hopes over here. So tell me your proposal story, how you proposed, how you got proposed to, or if there was a proposal fail. I will hear that too. Because that's what we're checking out today. Proposal, rejection, fails. My dad stuck the ring in a stick of deodorant, then told my mom she needed to use it. Small argument ensues when mom tells dad she does not need it. Maybe he didn't think it all the way through. I love that you want to marry her, but maybe you didn't think that plan all the way through. Hey, you smell like shit. Put on some deodorant. Like, wrong approach, you know? I don't know. I feel like maybe we could have planned that just a little bit differently. I need to know, so what ended up happening? Did he end up proposing differently? Did she ever find the ring in said stick of deodorant? I need to know. My dad proposed to my mom after they'd been seeing each other for just under 2 weeks. She laughed and basically told him he was crazy and that it was too soon. My dad said, and he is very proud of this fact, "Fine, I asked you once, I'm not gonna ask again." My mom thought he was bluffing. After a year of dating, she started giving him a hard time about not asking her to get married again, and he stuck to his guns and said she missed her chance and he wasn't going to ask again. My mom finally broke down and asked him to marry her. Made sure she properly took the piss out of him when she did it too. Made a big show about asking his father for permission, got down on one knee in public, got him the gaudiest engagement ring she could find. He said yes, and they just celebrated their 30th anniversary. Okay, but I love this. Okay, this one has a happy ending. Happy ending, and I love every bit of it. I'm curious to know what you guys think about the girl asking the guy to marry her. It's like a huge thing. People don't agree with it. They're like, no, the guy should have to. Like, I don't care. I think any human, I don't care about gender, whatever, any human, if they want to ask someone to marry them, should just ask. I don't think anything else matters. Let me know your thoughts. Like, I've straight up said I would ask my man to marry me. I would. I proposed to my wife in Dublin, which is more difficult than it sounds because it's not a romantic city. After dinner, I decided that the Halfpenny Bridge was about the best place to get the job done. Right in the middle of my proposal, I hear the unmistakable sound of a drunk guy peeing off the bridge, not 10 feet behind me. Ireland has never let me down. What? Okay, I've never been to Ireland, but when I think of Ireland, I think of beauty. But I'm probably picturing like the postcard parts of Ireland. Definitely, I mean, did she say yes? Man peeing behind you or not? Did she say yes? Or did it kind of kill the vibe? My dad proposed to my mom the night he met her. The way they explain it, they bared their souls to each other that night. Thank you for that detail, mom and dad. They talked for hours uninterrupted. And even though my dad wasn't looking to get married, he just knew. She said no, but did say yes to another night out. Oh, he proposed again. She said no, but again accepted another date. This went on nearly daily for 6 months. One night, my parents played Scrabble against each other for the first time. My mom loves Scrabble. She kicks people's booties up and down the block, and this is a woman who takes pride in being well-read enough to serve as a quick reference thesaurus. After a hard-fought game, she lost for the first time she could remember. And my 105-pound foot-nothing mother swept the board and pieces off the table, sending them flying across the room. She looked at my dad and said in a fury, "Fine, I'll marry you." My dad responded in classic male fashion, I need to think about it. He thought about it, and barely 8 months after they met, my parents married in a tiny chapel in Vegas. They celebrated 23 years this year. Damn. Y'all, I want to get married. Some of these happy endings, like I get teary talking about proposals and stuff. I don't know what it is about them. I see a video of that, immediately sobbing. Immediately. I don't even need to see it happen. Immediately when the start, it's like, I'm proposing today. I'm like, oh, I'm out. Full on flood. It just gets me. I love love. My ex-husband proposed to me in the shower. Oh, like you were both in the shower? What were you doing in there? More than scrubbing. Wait, what? After picking a fight about elbow macaroni. What the hell is this story? I went into the shower to calm down, and he followed me, slipped the finger. Okay, I need to get my mind out of the freaking gutter because no finger was slipping anywhere. Slipped the ring on the finger and asked how he got the ring in the shower without me noticing was by hiding it under his fat roll. What is going on? It was his mother's CZ engagement ring from her second marriage. Every day I wish I said no. Oh, we're not happy about this. That's why you're telling it so weirdly and like casually. We got in a fight about macaroni. I went in the shower. He slipped on the ring. He hid it under his fat, and I wish I said no. Like, this was the strangest. What a weird situation. I had a couple of friends that had been seriously involved since college. They felt that marriage was a tool of the patriarchy, was only a piece of paper, etc. 6 years on, and the relationship was still going strong. They decided they wanted a kid. She got pregnant and things were going well. One night they had a serious discussion and decided that since there was going to be a baby, they really needed to figure out the legal implications. They decided it was best if they got married so that there wouldn't be any question of who takes care of the kid if something happened to one of them, etc. A little while later, the guy realized that he was going to get married, but it was decided more or less in a discussion after weighing the costs and benefits. Not very romantic. He decided, F it, if we're going to get married, I should do this properly. So he plans and makes a fancy meal, candles, wine with champagne at the ready, the whole 9 yards. At what he thought was the right moment, got down on one knee, presented her with a ring, and asked her to marry him. She looked aside and said, actually, I've been thinking about that a little more. She turned him down. I learned about this when he called me up to vent. He was hot, angry. Anger was his go-to emotion. She had already agreed. It should have been a great moment for both of them, but instead he felt humiliated and foolish. I couldn't blame him. After all, she had already agreed to get married. Talk about a slam dunk marriage proposal, lol. They were still way into each other and did end up getting married once the kid was born. They've now been together for over 20 years, but at the time I thought that their relationship was done. Okay, they have a happy ending. Of course he should be upset if someone's like, yeah, let's get married, and then you ask like, oh, actually changed my mind, just didn't let you know. Like, yes, a little awkward, but you know what? It wasn't the right time, and it was the right time in the end. So good for them. I was at Taco Bell with my friends, including a guy and a girl that had been dating for a few weeks. A few of us got tacos, but the girl only got a Diet Coke. This is such a random start. So her boyfriend asks her, do you want hot sauce? Her boyfriend asks her, do you want hot sauce? She says, no, I just got a Diet Coke. What the hell would I want hot sauce for? He says, I don't know, but I just think it'd be really good if you had some hot sauce. The ring is in the hot sauce. They argue about whether or not she wants hot sauce for a while until she finally says, okay, whatever. He goes over and gets some, comes back with a packet, gets on one knee, hands her the packet that says, will you marry me on it, and pulls out a cheap looking engagement ring out of his pocket. Keep in mind, they've been dating for about 3 weeks at this point, and we're in the middle of Taco Bell. She gets this look of absolute shock on her face and then says yes. They got married a few months later. They got divorced a few months later. And that was the most humiliating trip to Taco Bell of my life. Well, it was a happy ending. It was just short-lived. Short-lived. I was the one who got proposed to. I had recently turned 18 and was about 4 to 5 months into my first year of university. I had been dating a guy I had met there for about 2 months. One day he burst into my class, yelled my name, and begged me to marry him. Like that sounds so romantic when you think about it, like in movies, but in real life, mortifying. Keep in mind, we had only been dating for 2 months. I didn't flat out say no in order to avoid embarrassing him. I just said, we'll talk after my class is over. He started loudly sobbing and grabbed my professor's bicycle, because he rides it into the classroom, and threw it at me. Professor called the cops and the guy got arrested. He quit school and now several years later, he's a priest. Wow. Okay. Yep, that's a lot. I'm pretty sure you are glad that you said no. Like I said, if that was in a movie, we all would be like, oh my God, that's so romantic. But in real life, it's like, okay, it's a little creepy. Oh God, I have a story. My good friend was dating this guy for nearly 2 years. I could tell things were getting a bit stale with them. One day when we were out to get lunch, she told me that she was going to break it off with the guy. She seemed far more stressed about hurting the guy. He was an all right person in my book, but anywho, she's telling me how she's going to do it and asking for advice. Right in the middle of me giving her some input, the guy comes in and looks a bit frantic. She must have told him that she was going to meet me there. He musters up the courage and walks right to our table, completely ignoring me, gets on one knee and pulls out the ring. The dude was shaking so much and I was in awe of the worst timing ever that my mouth was open in shock. People around thought that I was excited, so everyone gathers around the table and starts cheering. The guy asks my friend and my friend just got up and walked out to her car and drove off. I almost died from secondhand embarrassment. All I remember is gasps and snickering from the people near me, and he just sat in her place looking crushed. I didn't know what to say. I feel kind of bad, so I just got the check ASAP and gave him a pat on the back. He is doing better. The last I heard, that has been about a year now. My friend is still recovering from the whole ordeal. I just want to know why y'all were on such different pages. Like, you're trying to end it and he is trying to log it down. This is a trigger warning. I have already read this story and I didn't know that there was going to be the topic of a miscarriage, let's say. So this is a trigger warning for that detail. Not my story, but the best one I've ever heard. My friend's parents met at a bar down the shore. Her dad was crazy about her mom, but it was unrequited. She slept with him anyway, just a one-night stand, and ignored him after that. Oh, ghosted. Until she found out she was pregnant. The story thickens. He was over the moon and she was intent on having the baby. He tried to be with her, but she consistently refused him. Proposed to her several times, ending in eye rolls and exasperated no's from her each time. After 9 months, she went into labor and let him come with her into the delivery room. Just her and this guy who had been begging her to marry him. A few hours into labor, the doctor started to know. Oh, is this sad? A few hours into labor, the doctor started to notice something was wrong. The baby's heartbeat was slowing rapidly. The mother started to panic, but the father stayed calm. He stayed with her and communicated information from the doctors, but there was little anyone could do. Oh, stop. This is sad. She delivered a stillborn. After everything happened, my friend's mom realized she found her soulmate. They finally got together and are still married to this day. Like, I love that it's a beautiful ending and everything, but that just breaks my heart. I unfortunately didn't witness it, but my best friend just got engaged, and when her significant other proposed, they were in a little French deli. She had just put a massive mouthful of pie in her face when she saw he got down on one knee. She was so shocked, she spat the pie out all over him, all over herself, and all over everything. She just sort of nodded. It was very like her to do something like that, so it's all fine. But still, I don't think he was expecting pie in his face. I mean, I wouldn't expect to get pie spat in my face, but a genuine reaction of shock, right? Oh my God. Y'all are fake friends. Y'all let me just read that whole thing with my hair like that. How dare you not tell me? How dare you not write a comment after this video has been filmed and edited and posted? I feel like you're here with me though. I genuinely feel like I'm live streaming. Probably a toxic trait of being a YouTuber. Like, I'm like, you guys are on live stream. We're talking to each other right now. We're not. I'm speaking to myself in an empty room. That's sad. All right, guys, share your proposal stories with me. Hopefully one day I will have one to share with you. I'm getting out of here. Stay classy out there, stay sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow.